Original video of Yumenglong's death. Fan shiqi and Gao Taiyu seen in the video. The night the original video surfaced, the internet didn't just react, it screamed. 12 seconds. No background music.
No edits. No filters.
Just Yumenglong, and the truth no one was ready to face. It began with static, like the shaky feed of a hidden camera. Then came the faint hum of a ceiling fan, the sound of glass breaking, and a muffled voice use. Trembling. Barely audible. His words cracked between fear and exhaustion. Please, not again. Just let me breathe. And then movement. Two figures stepped into frame. One was unmistakably fanshiqi, his outline sharp, his profile confirmed by countless forensic analyses from fans comparing ear angles, tattoos, and even gait patterns. The other figure, broader and more rigid in stance, was identified as Gao Taiyu. At first, they seemed to be arguing, but then Gao's hand shot forward, gripping Yu's collar and pushing him back onto the bed. The camera shook violently, as if it had been struck. A single light bulb swung overhead, throwing long shadows across the room. That's when the nightmare began. The video lasted only 1 minute and 46 seconds, but by the time it ended, over 30 million people had seen it on the dark web mirror sites before it was deleted. Every second was dissected, analyzed, slowed down, and re-uploaded under new titles. The real final moments of Yumenglong. Proof Gao Taiyu was there, fanshiqi's hidden role revealed, and each upload carried the same frozen image. Yu's terrified eyes staring directly at the camera before the screen went black. But what broke the internet wasn't the violence. It was what you whispered right before the video cut off. They said she'd be safe if I agreed. A hidden bargain journalist Lin Yu, one of the first to analyze the leaked clip, claimed that Yu was referring to a woman hidden from public records, someone connected to the same underground system tied to Gao Taiyu's agency. According to Yu, she could be the unnamed woman who appeared briefly in surveillance stills from the Beijing Grand Hotel 2 days before Yu's death. That same woman, cloaked and hooded, was later seen boarding a flight to Myanmar, the same route used by Du Chong, the producer exposed in previous leaks. And when dark web archives were cross-referenced, they revealed something terrifying. The same hotel room number, room 1406, where Yu's final video appeared to have been recorded. Fan shiqi's shadow. The revelations hit fanshiqi's career like a meteor. Within hours, his management locked down his social media. Every brand deal vanished. Yet what caught everyone off guard was his silence. He didn't deny the video. He didn't post. He didn't even appear in public. But a former staff member, known online only as Luo_archive, uploaded a series of voice messages allegedly recorded during a rehearsal break months before Yu's death. In one of the clips, Yu's voice could be heard saying, "They said if I told anyone, I'd lose everything. But fans said some things are worse than losing everything." The line shattered fan communities. "Some things are worse than losing everything" became the phrase written across millions of protest banners from Seoul to Singapore. People weren't just angry, they were haunted. Gao Taiyu's denial. Meanwhile, Gao Taiyu faced a storm of his own. Reporters ambushed him at an airport in Shenzhen, shouting, "Did you hurt Yumenglong? Did you know what happened that night?" He said nothing, only kept walking. But a single photo from that encounter went viral. Gao's right wrist was bandaged, wrapped tightly as if concealing deep cuts. A body language expert later said his every motion screamed guilt. Within hours, his personal assistant leaked what they claimed was Gao's private confession note. It read, "I tried to stop it, but I was already part of it." He begged for help, and I froze. Authorities called it fake, but handwriting analysts disagreed. The signature matched Gao's old fan mail signings. And in a poetic twist of fate, the confession's final line echoed Yu's own words in his unreleased diary. "They didn't just take my freedom, they took my reflection." The world explodes. By the following morning, global news agencies called it the biggest cultural cover-up of the decade. The hashtags #JusticeForYumenglong and #Exposed the video reached over 1.4 billion impressions across platforms. International outlets replayed the leaked footage frame by frame. Analysts zoomed in on the background, a wine bottle, a torn piece of cloth, and what appeared to be a medical syringe lying on the floor. Some said it proved Yu was drugged. Others claimed it was part of a ritual tied to the same shadowy group linked to Du Chong's human experimentation rings exposed earlier. What stunned everyone, however, came from a completely unexpected source, a retired Beijing police investigator named Chen Rui. He publicly stated that the original recording had been logged as evidence months before Yu's official death date, meaning the public release was not the first time it had been seen by authorities. Chen's exact words were chilling. They knew. They all knew. But the video wasn't meant for justice. It was meant for leverage. The leverage theory, according to Chen, the original video, was not a random leak. It was a warning, a message released by one faction within China's upper circles to threaten another. He described a power struggle involving the Ministry of Culture, high-ranking entertainment financiers, and even elements within the military, all fighting over control of the multi-billion-dollar celebrity industry. Yumenglong, tragically, was the perfect pawn, talented, beloved, outspoken, and secretly rebellious. His growing international influence made him dangerous to those who built empires from silence. Gao Taiyu and fanshiqi, Chen suggested, were instruments, coerced into participation to ensure Yu's compliance. But something went wrong that night, something that turned a secret operation into a fatal scandal. Song Iran's mysterious return just as the world tried to process these claims. Another storm erupted. Song Iran, Yumenglong's longtime rumored lover and co-star, posted a single cryptic story on her private account. It showed an old photo, Yu smiling in front of a piano, with the caption, "You said music was truth. So, why did they silence it?" Within minutes, the post disappeared, but not before fans screenshotted it. Hidden in the photo's reflection, barely visible, was a blurred figure that fans identified as fanshiqi. Rumors spread that Song Iran had been under surveillance since Yu's death, and her sudden post was both a cry for help and a clue pointing back to the culprits. By evening, reports claimed she had flown abroad for safety. Her agency denied it, but flight records proved otherwise. The fifth man then, an unexpected twist changed everything. A new version of the original video appeared, longer, clearer, and with enhanced audio. This version revealed a fifth voice, someone speaking Mandarin with a faint Sichuan accent, issuing orders. "Make it look like an accident," the voice said. Experts ran the voice through forensic databases. The results matched a man who once headed a security firm contracted by Du Chong's studio, He Tian, a known enforcer within Beijing's underworld. 2 days after the match went public, He Tian was found dead in his car on the outskirts of Chengdu. Cause of death? Unknown. The timing was too perfect, too deliberate, too calculated. A new revolution as outrage grew. A mysterious online manifesto titled Operation White Phoenix began circulating. It claimed to be written by whistleblowers from inside the entertainment and political structure of Beijing. The document accused high officials of not only covering Yu's death, but also using controlled artists as currency for foreign deals and influence. The final paragraph of the manifesto read, "Yumenglong's blood will be the ink that rewrites China's history of silence." Within 48 hours, state-run servers across China experienced massive cyberattacks. Thousands of internal documents leaked, some directly implicating media executives in Yu's disappearance and the destruction of his original autopsy files. It was chaos. The empire of silence was cracking. The video's final secret, and then, the ultimate revelation came from a digital forensics expert in Germany who decrypted a hidden metadata code embedded in the leaked video. When the data was decoded, it revealed an embedded message, written in Yumenglong's handwriting, captured in the final frame before blackout. "Truth survives where courage breathes." That single line reignited global protests, even forcing Beijing to reopen parts of the investigation. For the first hour after the original video dropped, the internet didn't blink. It froze. Millions of screens flickered the same haunting image. Yumenglong's terrified eyes, half in shadow, half in light, staring into a camera no one was meant to find. People replayed the clip over and over, searching for meaning in every pixel. Some said they saw a shadow move behind him. Others swore there was a reflection of a third man in the mirror, someone neither fanshiqi nor Gao Taiyu. Theories spread like wildfire. Was he still alive? Was the video staged? Or worse, was it a ritual, filmed for someone powerful enough to hide the truth? The frame no one noticed it was a fan from Thailand, username @Menglong'S, who spotted it first. At exactly 0:41 seconds, a shape glimmered in the far corner, the edge of a metallic badge, engraved with numbers. When the image was enhanced, it revealed a partial code, Z1047. Experts later traced that same code to a confiscated body cam used by an underground monitoring unit connected to Du Chong's disbanded film network. That discovery changed everything. The video wasn't just a recording of Yu's last moments, it was surveillance. Someone official was there, filming him, documenting his torture for reasons still buried. fanshiqi's collapse within hours of the video's resurgence. fanshiqi was spotted leaving a Beijing private hospital. Witnesses described him as unrecognizable, pale, shaking, wearing a medical mask that couldn't hide the panic in his eyes. A nurse later leaked an anonymous note. He screamed Yumenglong's name in his sleep. 3 nights in a row. He begged someone to stop filming. The world turned its focus on him, demanding answers. Journalists camped outside his building, fans chanted, "Tell us the truth," until police arrived. But fanshiqi never spoke. Instead, he disappeared the next morning, his apartment stripped, his phone disconnected, his staff all reassigned. Only one thing was left behind, a framed photo of him and Yu smiling during their first drama shoot. The glass was cracked straight down the middle. Gao Taiyu under fire meanwhile. Gao Taiyu tried to issue a statement, short, nervous, scripted. The footage is being investigated. Please respect everyone's privacy. But the internet wasn't buying it. His every gesture, every blink was slowed down and analyzed. At a fan event 2 days later, he broke down mid-sentence. Cameras caught his hand trembling as he clutched the microphone, whispering, He didn't deserve that. None of us did. Security rushed him off stage, but the clip went viral within minutes. People began to see him not just as a suspect, but a man living in torment, chained to a memory he couldn't escape. That night, his old friend and co-actor Li Jian tweeted something cryptic. The guilt doesn't fade when the camera turns off. It was deleted 10 minutes later. Inside the room, digital forensic experts reconstructed the original space from the video using AI modeling. The results confirmed the worst fears. The room wasn't random. It was a set built to mimic a high-class hotel suite. The wallpaper matched a private studio property registered under Hetion Security. Hetion, the same man whose voice gave the order, make it look like an accident. More shocking was what they found behind Yu's final frame. When the lighting was digitally lifted, faint letters appeared on the wall, written in chalk or perhaps scratched by hand. Tahai Huojep, she's still alive. Who was she? Was it the mysterious woman Yu tried to protect? The one he mentioned before the blackout. They said she'd be safe if I agreed. The words reignited conspiracy forums. Some believed it referred to an unknown witness hidden by the network. Others said it was a code name used to smuggle out evidence. The phone call at 2 a.m. Beijing time, an audio clip surfaced on Weibo. It was a recording of a panicked voice, allegedly fanshiqi's, calling a man named Brother Guang. Fan, it's out. The video's out. What do we do? Voice, don't contact anyone. They'll come for you next. Fan, they said it was deleted. Voice, nothing deletes forever. The call ended with a faint click, followed by silence. Within minutes, the audio was scrubbed from every platform. But it was too late. Millions had downloaded it. The line, "Nothing deletes forever," became a global slogan for justice. Yumenglong's final gift then came something no one expected, a recovered memory card found in a pawnshop in Chengdu. It was verified as belonging to Menglong's personal camera. Inside were 23 unseen clips, behind-the-scenes moments, rehearsals, and one short message addressed directly to his fans. If anything ever happens to me, don't cry. Just listen to the music I never got to release. He smiled softly, the way only you could, that quiet, knowing smile that broke hearts across Asia. Behind him, faintly, someone whispered, "We're almost ready, you." That whisper matched Gao Taiyu's voice pattern. Panic in Beijing, the Ministry of Culture announced a full internal audit. But while officials spoke of fake footage and AI manipulation, several employees resigned overnight. One anonymous letter from an insider leaked to foreign press read, "We were ordered to erase files tied to September 11th, 25. It was not an accident. Stop calling it that." That single line sparked protests outside Chinese embassies worldwide. Thousands of fans lit candles, holding posters of Yu's face and chanting, "Truth survives where courage breathes." A letter from Song Irin 3 days after the chaos began. Song Irin resurfaced with an open letter posted through her verified fan club. She wrote, "He told me the cameras would never stop rolling. Now I understand what he meant. He wasn't afraid to die. He was afraid we'd forget." Attached was a photo of Yu's diary, open to a page where he had scribbled in English, "They film pain because they think it sells. But pain is not a product. It's a person." The post vanished within hours, her account deactivated. But the world had already seen enough. Fan riots and the vanishing server. As international pressure grew, hackers traced the original upload to a hidden domain registered in Iceland, named Mirror. The domain was wiped clean seconds after exposure, but not before a copy was captured by cyber investigators. What they found left experts speechless. The server contained 5 unreleased clips, each labeled with dates leading up to September 11th, 2025. The file names read like a countdown: 1_day_left, MOV final_scene.mov contract_broken.mov payment_confirmed, MOV he_breathed_last, MOV. None of the files have been publicly released. But those who claim to have seen them said they include Yu's final performance, a haunting monologue that ends with him whispering, "I hope the world sees this before they bury me." The sound that never ends.